This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. Citizens are advised to take the following steps. Stay alert to news media events or local emergency alert notifications. Avoid contact with the infected. If evacuation is impossible, move indoors and initiate any...
Okay, listen. From this moment, we're silent. Look at me. Not quiet, we're silent. You done? Straight to the garage. No sound. Wait, open the door. Open the door. Wait, go. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, The Last of Us is coming to Halloween Horror Nights for this year's event.
Yeah!
What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday evening, everyone, and welcome back to the hot freaking garage where it is right now 93 degrees, real feel at 99. How are you guys doing this Tuesday evening? I hope you guys enjoyed our little travel adventure we had to get down here to the garage because, as you guys know, The Last of Us has been announced for this year's Halloween Horror Nights, and right now it seems like everybody's infected.
We just barely escaped that clicker.
Well, you seems fine. You got a head start. You guys noticed Steph got to the stairs and just kept going?
Yeah, my brain.
I'm back there popping. You know, I did pretty good. All right, I had a 87% shoot accuracy. It's pretty decent, not too bad. By the way, what do you guys think of that clicker in the background?
Yeah,
I can't do that.
he's creepy.
Anyways, how you guys doing this fine Tuesday evening? Hope you guys are ready to rock and roll for one heck of a live stream we have planned for you guys. A very long one, too, because we're going to go until everything starts dying. It's going to be one of those live streams or until Steph has to go to the bathroom. I know you guys right now are rocking and rolling with the hashtag Team Steph. Steph, go ahead. Hold it up. Hold it up for the fans to see. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mid-Florida Classic. My girl got the medal. Fright Club champ right there. So, got done with the competitions. Huge congrats to Steph. Hard work and stuff. And then we finally got to indulge in food, pizza, brownies, cookies, and
All of it.
we ate everything and anything.
And then got sick.
As always. And now we're in build mode until next year and all that stuff with that. So, hashtag Team Steph. Thank you so much, guys, for all the support. I'm sure she appreciates it and stuff.
Of course, yeah.
Tell him, thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys can see, we had to travel down here and get through a couple of clickers to get down here. And Hondo's fine, by the way, if anybody's wondering.
Yeah, we left him.
He's fine. He's actually playing The Last of Us right now upstairs in the bed right now. He's up there chilling, headphones on and everything, rocking and rolling. You guys can go find him on his live stream right now on his channel. He's live right now, broadcasting himself playing The Last of Us. So go and check him out when you guys get the chance. Starting this off, too, the one and only Southbridge Films. A huge shout out to the team at Southbridge Films. One of the members wasn't unfortunately able to be there because obviously they live so far away, and hopefully we can make that work out. But Southbridge could not have done this without you guys. And welcome back to the Fright Club, guys. Welcome back. But it means a lot. We had the team come over. We did this last night. Lots of fun and stuff. And I probably will be doing a bloopers video of last night. Just a couple clips that we have that I think we'll go ahead and display for our Fright Club members so you guys can check some of the behind the scenes that we had with that, because that was quite fun posting
funny
that.
Bloopers.
So, but ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, Southbridge, welcome to the Fright Club. Welcome back. Let's dive into what today's schedule has in store for us. So first of all, we got The Last of Us announced, right? We're going to be talking about The Last of Us. We're going to be breaking down, what could this be like with the house? What could this mean for the event? We're not just talking about it as a house, but overall the theme for the event, with it being the logistics, maybe some of the music and things we could possibly see, merchandise, the whole 9 yards. You guys get what we're talking about. So we'll be breaking that down. And then once we go ahead and wrap up those logistics with that, we'll also move into the video that Hornites released, that actual announcement video, because it wasn't just The Last of Us. There are some hidden little details that are in there that I think we do need to discuss, and we'll talk with you guys and see what you guys think about it, because that might be painting the path for our future announcements to come. So we get that coming up. On top of that, once we wrap up the Last of Us portion, basically, got a little baggie. Can you guys guess what's in the bag?
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag? So we also have a giveaway going on later in the live stream. We'll be talking about the details for that after we get towards the end of the whole Last of Us talk that we have for today. And then our good friends at Southbridge, big news over there for that team and stuff with their upcoming Pumpkin Man film. We have some details and a special trailer we're going to show you guys later in tonight's live stream, and discussing some details and all that coming up soon. So lots planned out for tonight's live stream. We've been looking forward to this, and it's about time. It's not just a live stream to where we have to just talk and pass time and speculate and question and debate and argue about, Hornites just lacking. This time we actually got official stuff. Real, concrete, official stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's see who's all in here tonight. A lot of good peeps. I was going to say, a lot of good faces here. Obviously, I don't really see any of your own faces, but The Last of Us was announced last Thursday, and boy, does it feel good. Now, before we talk about the house and stuff, did it get leaked, technically? They had, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Supposedly, the link for the video started going out before Hornites officially released
That was weird.
the announcement. And it was one of those where, as soon as that happened, Steph and I were like, no. Who did this?
Yeah. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
We got the link and I was like, somebody messed up, because it still says unlisted.
Yeah, it still says enlisted. It wasn't posted on any of their other socials. And we were just sitting there going, well, here we go. But it wasn't, long after until they finally did make it official. And sure enough, the whole world celebrated. We know good friends of ours that were extremely excited. I think that was a car.
I don't know what that was.
It's the Infected outside. But a lot of people really happy about this. Personally, I don't know if we really discussed how we felt about this announcement, but I'm personally really thrilled for this. I think this is going to be a very well done house. I think there's going to be a lot that's put into it. I think it's going to serve the fans very well, not of just Hornites, but also The Last of Us. And I think just the aesthetics, the music, energy this house could give off, it's going to be well done. It's going to be fantastic. This is a house that I can see being a fan favorite throughout the entire event, as long as it's fully cast.
Yeah,
Throughout the nights.
Well.
Yeah, but it's one of those properties that I picture. You're walking up to the entrance of Halloween Horror Nights, right? Universal. You got the arches. You're walking up, and you see the banner of The Last of Us right there. And I feel like it's one of those, a lot of people are going to take pictures of. A lot of people are going to be excited to see that. It's going to be a heavy IP featured at the event. Ticket sales are driving right now because of this. And I know not just ticket sales, but also people are purchasing the game for the first time who's never purchased the game or played the game. I know we're talking about it ourselves. And a lot of people have been messaging me saying, are you guys going to do a live gameplay of The Last of Us? And I'm down. I'd love to. Just we don't have time right now, but
you guys would not want to see me playing any sort of video game.
Not really.
You'd get really frustrated because I'm really bad.
Sometimes it's fun. But I'm personally, I'm really excited for this. I think this is a strong selection for Horror Nights to have. And it's got great backing from the team at Naughty Dog and the ones, Drunkman, who, really worked on this game and the story and all that stuff. Like, this is going to be something that people are going to love. I think it's going to be well done. Top 3 house, I can tell you, for this year.
I was telling Brian when they first announced it, I could definitely see, the facade. Where is this house going to be?
So,
or where do we think it is?
Where is it? Do you want me to tell you where?
Where do we think it's going to be?
I want it to be in a soundstage, but I think B108 is right now what the talks are.
Okay.
And it's where last year's The Weeknd was featured in.
Okay. They could still do a good facade with that. But I could see them doing that scene, the scene where all the chaos is happening and you have the military and the airplane and all of that happening right in the facade and right in the beginning, and some of the jump scares are the scare actors coming out are the military personnel with guns and stuff that.
It's gonna be in the Pittsburgh area.
I just love I love chaos. You know what I'm talking about?
I live with you. Yes, I do. The house is chaotic.
And I think that would be a really cool scene to have be the entrance.
Yeah.
And then you get more into where it's clickers and stuff. But
I personally think that
really
the entrance itself will be you walking into the Pittsburgh military zone that they have sanctioned off in Pittsburgh. I could see that kind of being that facade. My question is, because it's in Pittsburgh, since you brought up the facade, since it's going to be in Pittsburgh, how big of a facade are we talking about? Now, B108 has housed one of the bigger facades we've seen at Horror Nights. It had Haunting of Hill House back in HHN 30. That was a gigantic facade. That was huge, right? You had the whole estate right outside, right? With this being in the city, are we going to see a large building? We're going to see an overpass, maybe? Road sign and all that stuff, you're going under a road, a overpass on a highway with a road sign. How big are they going to do this facade? Because I really do hope it's big, and I want it to be where it's an interactive facade. I think that'd be something good, where there are scare actors present, and you see guests walking.
I just hope
with
it's
scare actors.
I just hope if it's in B108, I just hope that it's a large facade and it's deep, where we had Monsters and Haunting of Hill House, where the facades were very large and it was the whole room, whereas you could see the ceiling of B108, not one that they made, if that makes sense.
Yeah, let it take its
whereas
atmosphere.
With The Weeknd, and I think also with Seeds of Extinction, I can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure with Seeds and with The Weeknd, it was the facade was outside, and then the first room was very small. I don't want that.
Yeah,
Especially
I want this open outdoor type of facade.
Let's Talk HHN said, I hope it's not just a big sticker that says The Last of Us, and then
yeah, which to be honest, to be fair, they've been doing that. They did that for Hill House. They did it for Monsters, Hill House. They did it for weekend
Yeah, as
where
long as
they have
there's
it,
one
where they
inside.
have it on the building, right? They have it on the building. And like, I'm okay with that as long as, like you're saying, when you walk in, there's a facade. HHN 29 Monsters, we had a facade. You have your graveyard scene of the statues of the monsters. HHN 30, we had Hill House. You had the whole house that was featured there, the outside of the house. And then the weekend was just a room of him sitting inside a chair. Like, it was very small. Like, eh. What I really hope is that they do, you know, to be honest, it'd be cool if they do like a little, like a print on B108, like that says The Last of Us. That'd be really cool, and maybe show some gameplay, some footage or something like that. But I really hope they actually theme the entire queue leading up to the house and put like, I know some people are talking about like Ellie and Joel's truck that crashed right outside the Pittsburgh area and stuff going up into Pittsburgh. It'd be cool to have that outside of B108, right there where you are walking by it. You can take photos of it right there and stuff. You can have some overgrown like stanchions and things like that up into the building, like you're walking in to it, and then you're immersed.
That would be cool.
With the full facade.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I definitely, Southridge said like the depth in like the facades for like Chupacabra and Dead Man's. A lot of the houses last year had a lot of depth, even like through the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like
where you
Legends
saw
Collide was like that.
So like,
I really want more of that this year.
Certain houses, and it's always going to be like this where certain houses are like this, but certain houses where you're just in the scene, in the moment, you can't see anything further. It's just you're going basically room by room by room, where I feel like my favorite houses that I noticed that I really like is the ones where I can see future scenes coming up where I'm like, everything that's happening is it's you're immersed in the setting because everything is there. It's like I'm in an overhead map. I'm looking down and I can see this scene over here and I can hear things happening there. I can hear things happening there. And it's not like I'm just going room to room and being teleported between scenes. I'm physically walking to that next scene. I'm in the town going to the next setting. Yeah. And you can see that in some houses like Dead Man's Pier, absolutely well done with that. Legends Collide, absolutely well done with that. Even Chupacabra did the same thing where it's like you felt like you were headed to that. You saw the town over there, and as you were walking, you knew you were headed to the town. And then after a couple scenes, you were physically in the center of it.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping that this is one of those houses that could do such a thing. It's just the only thing that I don't have my hopes up for it is because since it's in a big city, they can't put skyscrapers and stuff like that for you to go around. I mean, to walk one block is the whole length of B108, you know, and the house isn't the whole length of B108 because the parades, floats, and stuff are in the back there. But I'm really hoping they can at least figure out how to get that to work. Mm-hmm. And I personally have a crazy idea that I think could be really cool. I know they would never do it, but have actual elevation for guests. So when you're walking in through the facade, you see the line of guests up like in a building that's like another story above, like, you know, above where we're at, down the road. You know, like, oh my God, we're gonna be walking up there too and coming down. I don't know how that's gonna be done. Obviously the accessibility is impossible unless they have a dual path for this house. And they have the accessible route, and then they have the stairs scene route and all of it.
Kind of did for Seeds of Extinction when they had the one path that was kind of crooked. They had another path that wasn't crooked for people who didn't want to walk on that.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I think overall this house is going to be just beautiful. It's going to be great. This is one of those houses that we're going to be going probably every single night. We'll be using our express pass, but this is one of those we'll go every night. And although I would love to see this in a soundstage, I'm very happy with it being in the parade buildings, because the parade buildings to me are almost perfect in a sense, because that, especially B108. B108 is probably my favorite location for the fact that they have so much more immersion compared to any of the other queue lines for the houses, like out in front, right? You got that entire, you know, snake-like, you know, queue stanchions that's all set up, you know, the switchbacks, but you're right there by the building, so you can hear the music, you see the projector and things like that, and they have all the interactive elements outside. It feels like you're going up into the house. You know, you have that excitement. It passes the time, and I'm hoping that it's there, and if so, I think it could be very well done. So I'm happy for this. Now, question I want to ask you though, real quick. Do you think that they will feature for the park loop music for HHN this year, like at the front? Will they feature The Last of Us music, or do you think it's going to be?
No, I think it'll be maybe in the queue, but I don't think in the park loop.
Okay.
They didn't do it last year with The Weeknd. I don't think that they normally do that.
Not normally, but they have. I remember HHN 28. They had Stranger Things. They had Halloween. They had the themes for those playing.
Yeah.
So it's do we get something like that again?
Maybe.
Because you get something for Chucky, depending on the IPs.
Yeah.
And what they can present.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe. We'll see. There were 2 questions, and then we have a super chat. But there were... Actually, we'll do the super chat first. I just need to make sure I don't forget those.
Bring up the questions so you don't forget. Go ahead.
People were talking about if we think that Stranger Things is not going to be announced. If this tells us
Wait a minute. Is Stranger Things The Last of Us? I thought we were talking about The Last of Us. Guys. I'm kidding. Go ahead. We talk about Stranger Things. We will be getting into Stranger Things talk.
So people are asking if we think that because The Last of Us is a big IP, if Stranger Things is not going to happen, because then like it'll be 2 big IPs like conflicting with each other. But I agree with, and this is what I was going to say, and then Nathan said it, but HHN has had like big IPs at the same time before. Like we've had Stranger Things and Poltergeist. We have
and Halloween
Stranger Things and Ghostbusters and Us, and they've done that before. And I don't think that it necessarily would like take away from one or the other.
No, not at all. It just they enhance each other. Horror Nights is not the one location where they have one big IP and they're like, okay, let's not get any more big ones and save them for later. They're in those situations where if they can make something work this year, they're going to do it, because more than likely by the next year, that contract may not work out. You know, because Horror Nights doesn't get to just pick and choose what they're doing. They also have to work with the other companies of the properties who have the rights to them, even when it comes to music and things like that. So there's a lot more to it behind the scenes. So I think if they can make it happen, they're gonna make it happen. So
I agree.
Yeah,
I could see him doing both.
Yeah.
And then Brian asked if The Last of Us will be on the 6 house tour. We don't know what houses are going to be on either of the tours yet, but I will say that the likelihood for IPs is always a little bit lower, because some of the people who own the IPs like don't want people like seeing the behind the scenes.
So so here, let me put it this way. Like it's completely randomized. We won't know until all the houses are announced. Then they'll probably announce what houses are on what tour. But like, for instance, last year, The Weeknd was in B108. That wasn't a part of either the 6 or the 3 house tour. But the year before that, Haunting of Hill House, which was in B108, was on the 6 house tour.
But they're also very, the IPs typically are very picky about like
they're strict
what you can take photos of and what you can't, and so like the IPs are cool to see on the Behind the Screams tour, but with the original houses you get to like take photos and videos like much more, because on the IP ones like they're very strict about what you can like photograph. Yeah, well, we won't know until...
The question is, do you think it will be in one of the tours or not?
See, if it was HBO, I would say no. But because it's the video game, I think yes.
Yeah, I'm actually leaning heavily on the side that this will be a part of the tour.
But I think if it was HBO, it'd be no.
It'd be tougher, for sure, yeah. But I think there's a good chance that this will be featured as one of the Behind the Screams house tours. And if it had to be any of the tours, I think it's going to be the 6 house tour, because I think Universal knows like people want to see that house specifically, so they'll put it on the tour that obviously people will have to pay more for. So I think that's where you can probably find it. So my bet is that it's going to be on the 6 house tour coming up for Behind the Screams.
Yeah.
So now let me put this out there too. They could potentially do a 6 house tour and a 4 house tour. They might feature all houses on the tour this year. It might even be only a 5-house and a 2-house. We really don't know. It just depends on what IPs contract them the rights to even do such a thing.
True.
So, all right, then moving on to this guy right here. This is a guy who I know was super excited for this to happen. He literally cried for 30 minutes. Probably a little bit longer than that. But our man, one and only USMC Two-Face with the 5 says, the question is, The Last of Us was announced as a house, but not as a scare zone, like it was speculated to be. So do we rule it out as a scare zone completely?
No.
I don't think you should.
They don't typically announce the scare zones until later in the season anyway. So I could see them announcing it as a scare zone later on.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I don't think you rule it out, but if The Last of Us is going to be in B108, we will not have a Last of Us scare zone. If The Last of Us is one of these sound stages that's in New York, yes, I think we will have a Last of Us scare zone. But honestly, because the only scare zone that really attaches B108 is Central Park area. And the problem with that area is right now, Kid Zone, that whole area is under construction. And so even if they were to feature that scare zone or whatever, the properties would be split up, and Central Park is not really the right area for The Last of Us. I think it would need to be in New York. That would be the best place to feature that as a scare zone.
I agree. I will also say, and this is no hate to anybody,
No hate.
any like scare actors, because we've been there. But I honestly don't think that I would want to see The Last of Us as a scare zone, because could you imagine being a scare actor as a clicker,
Mm-hmm.
and for 45 minutes having to like walk like that? Like I feel like they might not be able to control the integrity of the characters as well in a scare zone as they would in a house, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I get
like
what
I
you're
can
saying.
see some actors being like not wanting to do that for a 45-minute set.
I get that. But that's something where I will put this out there. If you're becoming a scare actor, for this year's event, go in with the mindset that you're willing to do whatever it takes to make the event the best.
And
Body on the line. I know it's tiring. We have done it, but body on the line, people.
but
You signed up for this. Just remember that.
Brad said, "Stuff out here crushing my dreams," but I feel like I would want, the scare zone. I would want all the characters to be like 100% of the time, or not get that as a scare zone at all. You know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying. I agree.
Like I wouldn't want to be walking through The Last of Us scare zone and have like a clicker just like walking or standing there talking to their friends or like taking pictures, which like sometimes you see that happen.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I agree.
Just my 2 cents.
But I say that for everything, though. I would say even for the houses and stuff, but it depends. It just depends. So, but yeah, I personally think it's on the side of not happening as a scare zone this year. Unfortunately, it'd be really cool. My thing is right now, and something I don't think has been talked about so much recently. There's something going on over there. Something that I don't think has been really discussed heavily recently is, do we think we're going to get IP scare zones this year? Because last year all we got was originals. Right? Last year was just originals.
Yeah.
The year before that, technically were originals except for the Crypt TV scare zone. But that, right? 29, you had in New York, and you had in San Francisco, you had 2 IPs. You had Rob Zombie, and then you also had Zombie Land, right? So you had 2 IPs then. So the question is, because last year we had all originals, do you think they're trying to find a way to just do originals for, scare zones? Or do you think we're actually going to get an IP scare zone this year?
No.
And the question is, what IP would we get? I think The Last of Us would be a perfect IP for a scare zone. But if they are going to do an IP and it's not The Last of Us, what other IP could they use? That is a question for you guys. Do you guys think that we will be getting an IP scare zone this year? You guys know what to do. Spam in the chat 1 if we're on board with an IP this year for a scare zone, and spam 2 if you think we're all originals on the streets.
See, I agree. Justin said only originals, easier for them to develop, change, and control. I do agree with that. I do like when we have IP scare zones, though. But I agree, it is a lot harder to, like, it's harder for them to keep that the character integrity and, like, the feeling of that exact IP when they don't have as much control over, like, the scenes, the lighting, the scare actors, the sounds. Like, it is a little bit harder, but it's not impossible, and I don't think it necessarily ruins the scare zone.
I agree, but I would like to have an IP scare zone.
Yeah.
Just question is what. All right, so a lot of people. I don't know. It's kind of split, but I see a lot of 2s. I think more 2s than I see 1s.
We got the Pew 2 in here. I think Megan is way more likely for a scare zone than a house.
My computer literally just like died almost. See, Megan as a scare zone?
I keep hearing people say, like, Megan as a scare zone. My brain is like, won't, like, I can't come up with what that would even look like.
First of all, shout out to the Pew 2, by the way, everybody. I think you guys know who those folks are. Anna and Tyler, I know there's a lot of talks of Megan being a scare zone, which, I mean, I wouldn't be against, but it's one of those where if we're just talking about Megan, what potentially could be all featured in there? Do we have a bunch of just Megan dolls running around? But I feel like
creepy.
It would be, but here's the thing: when it comes to the sense, even like with Halloween, you have sightline errors and stuff, and technically, depending on which IPs, they don't allow sightline issues, so you can't have 2 Megan dolls standing side by side.
Yeah.
So what with the movie Megan, what exactly can we feature in a scare zone, or do we just have a Blumhouse scare zone this year?
I could see that
with Megan, Insidious, and you get multiple of their IPs from this year with all the movies they had coming out this year, and have multiple Blumhouse properties.
I could see them just doing a Blumhouse scare zone and doing it in San Francisco.
You think San Francisco?
Yeah, that's where I would put it.
I can see San Francisco being good. Yeah. But yeah, Pew 2 in the chat, everybody. Shout out to them. If you guys don't know who they are, you got to do your research, folks. Do your research.
You know who we are. You know who they are.
And then it ain't a live stream without this gentleman right here, Mr. Jim Daniels with the 50. Any decent scare zones will be better than the last few years. I agree. Last year had some good scare zones, I will say. Like Conjure was cool. I liked Conjure, but it was one of those I felt like we just walked by Conjure a lot. The makeup, the effects was great in Conjure, but we just kind of walked by it. San Francisco to me is really lacking as a scare zone lately, and I feel like they need to hype that up a little bit more. So I really hope they do some with that. Also, this just popped up in my mind. If they did a Blumhouse scare zone, San Francisco would be perfect for them if they did the Fast and Furious tent location as the Blumhouse house. So you have the Blumhouse house with the scare zone as the entrance and exit. That would be perfect.
Robbie asked, do you think Blumhouse would want to go from being a house to... Okay, go ahead.
What? No, go ahead. Say what you're saying.
From being a house to then being a scare zone. I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's like a knock down.
I mean, Blumhouse has done both. Blumhouse has done a house. Blumhouse has done a scare zone. And have they done a house and a scare zone in 1 year? So if they do it, they did.
Didn't they have a Blumhouse house when... I don't think it was a Blumhouse scare zone, but they had The Purge.
Multiple years.
Yeah, as a scare zone.
Yeah, but that was 24, I remember distinctly, but there was no...
Maybe there wasn't a house that.
So maybe this could be the first, like, I don't know. If you guys know in the chat, let us know, by the way, if Blumhouse had a house and a scare zone in the same year. If not, this could be like the first potential year that Blumhouse has both to do. And they just take San Francisco. That's all there is. The Horrors of Blumhouse, which is the entirety of San Francisco.
Yeah, and I know we're kind of like jumping all over the place, but I just keep seeing things and I'm like, yeah, I want to talk about that.
Yeah, bring it up.
Southridge said San Francisco's scare zone is way too crowded, and we do agree with that. The last 2 years, it's been just like too much. And I liked back in, it was either 28, I think it was 28, they just had a chainsaw horde there. There wasn't like a set or anything like that. It was just a chainsaw horde.
Really?
And that was probably the best setup that they could have there, because there's still something there, but it's not like a whole stage that creates a bottleneck and people are like stopping and stuff. It keeps people moving through. They had a chainsaw horde there.
So, first of all, hey Jim, again, thank you for the 50, my man. Everybody shout out to Jim. But keeping the conversation about scare zones, I know we kind of really got away from The Last of Us. This just kind of popped up as an idea. Right?
Yeah.
This popped up as an idea. In San Francisco, right? We know that San Francisco, it's a smaller scare zone and it does get crowded a lot, right?
Oh.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
People are saying it's like lagging really bad.
Yeah, if it's lagging, let me tell you something. We're having some terrible connection issues lately and stuff. I don't know. Refresh it if you guys have to. But yeah, on our side right now, currently it's good. But we do. Good. Okay, so we're all good.
Sorry, I get the comments before you do, so I was just letting you know.
No, you're good. I'll make sure we're all good, right?
Better now. Yes.
We're all good. Okay, cool. So this is an idea that kind of popped in my mind. What I feel like with San Francisco, I think the scare zone, it's too small. It gets too crowded and stuff. But if they do Blumhouse, right, I think this would be the perfect time to do such a thing. When you're transitioning from New York to San Francisco, when you leave that Starbucks area, which by the Starbucks, they don't have the scare zone of New York. You know, the area is actually low, right, to Gap. But once you get down from Starbucks and you start heading towards San Francisco, you know how they have the little beat builders area, right? Then right there is the Fast and Furious. And if you keep going further, then you get into the scare zone. I think they need to bring that scare zone and extend it out to where the entrance of Fast and Furious, like the queue line is, and even around that corner where the first aid center is that they have right there. And they can put a giant stage there, right? As long as it's like portable. I'm not too sure exactly how, because I know that's an important road for them there. But if they can put like bigger set pieces that they can move in and out, they can set that up for a nice little show scene there, because that's a big space. And then you have it all Blumhouse. So you can have the entrance to the Blumhouse house right there at the Fast and Furious location. That whole area, that little loop there, or kind of like that U-turn little section, that's all Blumhouse, and it goes all the way into where it normally goes to where like Lombards or whatever that area is, and then it ends there like normal. I think they could expand that and make that into a giant scare zone, because then you have New York as a giant one, then you have San Francisco as your next giant one, to just add more to the event. Especially if it's Blumhouse, they can make that whole area just the land of the Horrors of Blumhouse. So I feel like that'd be really neat, and that's what would, I think, space that zone out so it doesn't get too crowded, because it's a lot further. So not everybody's all bunched up to watch the show. There's that one section where they have more space to get people bunched there, and then you have your little typical scare actors throughout. That's what I would say.
I think that's a good idea.
Shake on it. Let's do it. Deal. And then when we say deal, like fire and everything, you know, like,
here we go.
Deal. All right. So, but let's get back.
We have a super chat that
we missed. Oh yeah, we did.
Missed.
Well, we gotta wake up. Mr. Matthew Gallant.
Thoughts on theme? What could the legend be? Are we thinking? Do you want to get into like the video?
We will be.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we done talking about The Last of Us, like logistics and stuff like that, as it being a house?
I mean, we haven't really talked about it in a second. So we were talking about Blumhouse.
Well, somebody over here keeps spinning the wheel in conversations.
Are we thinking Oddfellows Circus?
Matthew with the $4.99. First of all, thank you, my man. I feel like there's some clickers upstairs. Or, okay, somebody's moving upstairs.
Anyway.
Like, they're moving like a coffin or something.
I don't know about necessarily like a theme.
Oh, lag. Oh, lag.
Jeez.
I think somebody's trying to break into the garage from the ceiling down. It's Hondo. All right, so the theme, yeah, Oddfellows Circus. Bring it back
well,
up.
I feel like the theme that we've been getting from like the videos is, and the like little things that they've been posting online, is like kind of like demonic possession sort of deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna say is, if you guys follow my 5-year HHN theory that I've been talking about for a while, this is one of those years. This is like your HHN 27, right? If you guys look back at HHN 27, you had the whole Bones theme. You got your little letter in the card, and the guy was taken back. If you guys remember that promo and all that stuff, it's just one of those where it's just like they just have a little theme, but it's nothing significant. It's nothing crazy. I don't think we're getting an Oddfellows Circus theme, but what I think is with these little teaser videos that they have going on talking about the lore and stuff, we could be potentially bringing in a new icon or even ushering in a new era of Horror Nights icons. This is something I wanted to talk about. In a video in August, I will mention it briefly here. We have a special video we're going to be doing in August that's going to talk about this more in depth. But I think right now we're in this 5-year plan. We're in the middle of it. HHN 32 is like HHN 27. And we are still... I can't give away too many here because we have it as a video and I want to save it. But I think we're in this era and we're ushering in something new. And it could be a new icon, could be a new set of icons and a new storyline for our well-known icons we already have, to bring some new content in. And I think that's where we're tracking right now. I don't think the park itself for this year's HHN is going to be like Oddfellows Circus or something like that. But I think it's going to just stick to some natural theme that they could put on and just show major IPs. Because if you guys remember back in 27 and 28, they had a side little theme, okay, yeah, Bones, whatever. But they had major IPs. Those years were major IPs for those years with awesome originals, by the way. And I feel like that's what we have. And we might have a new icon for this year, or we might be building the backstory for a new one to come about. And that could be Oddfellow, and we could be seeing something completely different. Or it could be Oddfellow this year, and we're bringing Jack's story to an end by going back to his past and showing how it all started to go to the end and then bring in something new. So that's where I feel like we're at right now with the theme. And like I said, we have a video we're going to be working on for August that I think is going to be special. That's going to bring up something that I think is going to open some eyes.
Nice.
Deal?
Yes.
Deal. All right, cool. My man, Matthew Gallant, thank you so much for the $4.99, by the way. I'm glad you got to listen to me just rant.
I like this idea that it could be like the theme could be childhood like nightmares. And it's like Cindy is the icon. I kind of like that.
Yeah, that could be cool. I would like that.
Brad said that you should have reached out to an expert because you didn't know the rules that you shouldn't shoot a clicker if there's just one.
So it seems like somebody's figuring it out, huh? You think that's where it ended? Who knows? What if this video ends with more clickers coming in? Because when you go ahead and mess with the hive mind, they all start coming involved. What? Are you laughing at me?
Trying to... Never mind.
There's a lot of details into that video, like for instance.
And then Sal also said, "Also keep your finger off the trigger."
That's literally okay. So here we go. If you guys want to talk about like details, if you know Brian is the character, right? Obviously, he's in a panic situation and stuff. And as I'm opening that door, if there's something right there, because I can hear him, my finger is on the trigger ready to go. You notice in any of the other scenes, my hand isn't on the trigger. I have both 2 fingers up and above, not touching it. Also, the weapon that I had only had 6 bullets inside of the clip. So guess what? I used all 6 in the shot. So when I came up with Steph, I knew my gun was completely empty. So that's why I told her, you run straight to the garage and you don't stop. So if you want to come at me with some details, folks, bring it on. I am ready for you. I'm prepared. I don't sleep. I dream and think of these moments to fight you guys. Fright Club.
Everybody leaves the stream.
Do I need to remind you guys who we are and who I am specifically? Okay, anyways.
All right.
Look, it's hot in this. Yes, and I know mag, not clip. See, there you go. He's like, Brian, it's a mag, not a clip. Yet again, the character who's in this series does not necessarily hold a gun. And if you watch the things that are in the background, and it'll explain why he doesn't know all of this in full detail. The whole situation is all panic, and that's what it's meant to be. There's more to it, okay? This isn't the only video. Relax.
All right. Well, do we want to talk about the announcement video?
Sure. Yeah. Why not? I don't know. I kind of want to keep this conversation going.
No.
No. All right.
Brad, you cannot win an argument with him because he will just continuously double down.
It's all or nothing. It's nerf or nothing. All right, so let's move on. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Actually, let's talk. Put this in the chat, guys. Spam 1 in the chat if you guys want to see the video. Like, I can pull up the video on screen and like pause moments and talk about it, or would you guys just rather talk about it here? That's spam 2. We're talking about the announcement video, by the way. Got ones. We got a 2 in there. We got 2 2s. 3 2s. I'm mainly seeing... Oh, lots of 2s now.
Elizabeth is like 2.
Elizabeth, I don't want to see this video again.
Watch it again. Lily said here.
I feel like it's 1s with Elizabeth really holding the fort for 2s right now.
Jim has said 1 like 100 times.
All right, so this is what I'll do. I see now I see a lot of 2s now. My page doesn't update like yours. You see how you keep getting the update? Mine is just boom, it refreshes, boom. So I see 1s, I'm like, okay, we'll do it. And then I see 2s. Oh, okay, maybe not. Oh, there's the 1s.
This is why we shouldn't do the whole spam this, spam that.
Well, spam, because I want to see what's going on. Here, how about we flip a coin?
Oh my god, just pick.
Why about you pick? I'll let you pick. Because it seems like
seems
like the Fright Club and I are just right now at separating terms. We just want to fight. I think Steph's gonna put a poll up for you guys.
Yes.
Hold up. While Steph types the poll, I think the song that's playing right now is perfect for this moment. Fright Club members, now's your chance to put in your answer. Ladies and gentlemen, just a few seconds, the poll will be up, and this will be your chance to state your mind. Will it be Brian? Will it be Steph? Or the one and only Hondo Onaka? Make your voices heard. And also, watch the video. We're not watching the video. I'm just pulling it on the screen, and we're pausing it. We're putting it to moments we would like talk about, or we would just talk about it. Outside's got crazy noises going on.
Yeah, right.
All right, where we at? Give us an update, Steph.
52% says watch the video. 55%. 57%.
It's a close one. And I'm gonna shut it here at about 20 seconds.
59%.
57. Actually, this is the most interesting thing that's happened all day today. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, locked it in. What do we got?
Watch the video.
All right, so
We could have been like halfway through the video at this point.
let's make it fun, Steph. Let's make them suffer like we suffer. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull the video up, right, for you guys to check out. Let me okay. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up here on the screen. We're not going to watch it, right? We're just going to pull up scenes. We're going to pause it, and we're going to discuss and talk about it. So, starting off with the very beginning of this video, right? You have this whole static part. It seems like they're sticking with this whole static scene, right? That's kind of been the theme, right? It's this glitching, the static, you know. We're sticking with like the your typical like content creators are getting hacked kind of situation by something evil, and it's all related to the lore of Fortnite. So anybody really seeking to find the truth and the answers for the lore. Oh, by the way, turn the light on. That's like we're like an hour later than that. Okay. All right. Anyways, anybody who's like seeking to find the truth of the lore, who's getting close to the lore, seems like something happens, right? And I feel like that's what this is just kind of, it's following that same thing with the static, the whole glitching, all that, right? That next scene that we see, obviously, just straight up The Last of Us. Like this was the title, the loading scene, like the main page for the game. This is what you see. If I'm not wrong, I'm not too sure. I think that's what people said. Never play the game, guys, so correct me if I'm wrong here. I know you guys will. That's what this community's become. So.
Yeah, Brad said it is. The windowsill is the title screen of the game.
There you go. So that was kind of a little nod to that, right? Further on, all right, we got our character, new character. What's her name again? I think, hold up, I'm going to pull it up here in here. Jordan. Jordan's her name, right? You can see Jordan's playing good old The Last of Us. She gets killed. Unfortunately, that's so sad. Also, by the way, guys, you see this plant? We have something very similar to that.
We do.
Which is kind of cool.
They probably also got it at Target.
Wait a minute. Is this...
on Amazon.
Steph, is that a pineapple? Is that a SpongeBob house confirmed? See, HHN fans, like, we're like, that's a pineapple under the sea. It's SpongeBob. Pineapple under the TV. Anyways, so here we are. We're in La Casa. And, of course, I know a lot of people are talking about this. Yes, obviously, we have a lot of, like, mushrooms and fungus and stuff like that are themed throughout her little house here, which is a little weird. Not gonna lie, like...
mushrooms everywhere.
You know, somebody's into that, I guess. But, the one thing I will say is, like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's Easter eggs and stuff like that. I mean, like, yeah, they're keeping it to the theme. I don't think it's really that big of a deal. The guitar here, obviously, because the main, like, sound and theme to the game of The Last of Us and the show is a whole just guitar.
Brad said it has something to do with Ellie.
What, the mushrooms? Or
the
guitar.
Pineapple? The guitar.
Oh, okay. Well, then we got a guitar there. See, like I said, we're going to have people who know exactly what's going on. So, got the guitar there for that, right? But the things that I really want to talk about, it has nothing to do with this at all, or her playing, or anything like that. The main one is this right here, right? And I want to go back and show the characters that we have. We have Jordan here. We have Drew. We have Sophia, right? Sophia is one of the more interesting characters in the shop because of what's behind her. And then Drew is also kind of interesting because what's also around him. Now, let's talk about Sophia first, right? So Sophia right here, she's got like an event calendar pulled up, and it says like activities and stuff like that, and the month of August is pulled up. So my question is this shot in August, like this time period of where they're at is in August, or it's hinting at something to come up in August, and that is her story, her announcement, and she'll be in the month of August. I know a lot of people were talking about that. We noticed that the first time we watched it, we're like, well, that says August and stuff. So that's really interesting. That might be something, whether it's based off an announcement or just that's the time that all this is being shot in. And we might see something that's closely related to August. So we have that going on. I'm interested to see what you guys think about that. But the one that I like the most is Drew, right? Now, Drew is wearing headphones, and it seems like he's got a lush environment around him. And I know a lot of people were speculating, and this is what people have been saying. If you guys know, one of the biggest speculations going on currently for this year is Stranger Things, right? And if you go to season 4, we know that Max wore her headphones, and when she was in the cemetery, the little graveyard scene and stuff, lush environment around, and she had the headphones, she did the whole Vecna thing and all that stuff. Do we think that Drew could potentially be one of our Stranger Things announcement characters that kind of has something like that going on because he's got music or he's got headphones, so he can obviously play music like that. Now I know he's probably got the headphones on because he's talking, he's FaceTiming, he's listening to them, but that doesn't mean he just puts them on for that. So he obviously can listen to music with that. So I feel like that's one of the more interesting ones because of what that could potentially be, for what people are speculating it to be. And I'm down for it. I like that. I'm cool with it. But I wonder what Sophia could potentially be with just an activity board or school board behind her.
I mean, Stranger Things.
I mean, yeah, technically that could still kind of go along the lines. But do we actually think...
Or Cindy.
And Horror Nights, yeah, I was thinking that too, right, with Cindy. But do we actually think that this video, and we know Horror Nights does this, but do we think that this video actually has something for future announcements, or do you think this is just everything that you see is just meant for this video?
They did that last year. In they put like the weekend in the background of the Halloween announcement video.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and if we follow last year's announcements, we know we follow a story of characters, and that's what it seems like we're having for this year as well. And the IPs being attached to each other, maybe some originals as well attached to each other. And we can see what's coming to the event. So this is kind of like the starting of the path of what is coming for announcement season, right? Now, moving forward in the video, then we get some cool little like, oh, what is this kind of moment and stuff. Now, this is where the hacking, the glitching, and the whole like kind of what's going on with the lore thing, because Drew mentioned saying skip 32 seconds into the video, right? Go to 32 seconds of the video. Question is, what video?
Yeah.
What video is he talking about? I went to way too many videos that are Horror Nights related, and I went 32 seconds in, and I currently have not found anything that really means any significance. There are some things that you're like, oh, maybe, but...
I feel like everybody's initial reaction is like, oh, well, what about the video of the podcaster? But if the podcaster is in the same universe as these people, that wouldn't be a video that they're watching.
Unless it is the video they're talking about. Because maybe they're set in the time of August, like Sophia's calendar states or activities board states, and that video of that podcaster was earlier on.
Yeah, but if they're all in the same universe, what
if the do not watch with the podcaster was not this year? What if it was back in HHN 25? That's why she was wearing the 25 shirt. She's saying 2 decades in the making because Horror Nights was only around for 2 decades. Where right now we're at 3 decades of Horror Nights in the making. What if that was technically an older video and that's what he's bringing back? If you guys watch this, because that's kind of the viral thing back in the day, and he's bringing it back up saying the lore like this, like it all is connected years and years and years. That could be a possibility. I haven't heard anyone talk about that possibly. So
have you talked about your theory about?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
That is for a video in August that I have to save.
Okay.
So that one's exciting. I'm excited for this one.
Okay.
So, by the way, if you skip to 32 seconds in the video...
It's also HHN 32.
Yes. But are you paying attention to what's on the screen right now in front of all of you guys?
30. What?
Do you guys see what I got pulled up right now? If you skip to 32 seconds in the video, what do you get? Right here, you get the screen, because we are exactly at 32 seconds. So is Drew just telling the fans watching this to skip to 32 seconds? And this is what you get. You get this symbol, and it means something for us to look at and dive into. You know, I think he's talking about something else. I hope, maybe. Because if so, then it's like, obviously, like, yeah, okay. Like, we see that. It's not something like was a quick flash and you have to go to 32 to see it. But yeah, so we got this little crazy symbol, which I really don't know what it means. It kind of goes along with the symbols that we've been seeing, the little text and things like that.
People are saying the symbols translated just say never go alone.
Does it really mean that? Did somebody already translate this?
Katie said it's clear at exactly 32.
At exact, like on the dot? I mean, I don't really have the, I don't have the technology with this YouTube thing to really make it exactly clear, unless I'm just gonna leave it like that, right? All right, but does it mean it really says never go alone? Really?
Yeah, everybody's saying never go alone.
Huh. Well, I guess.
Oh, because it's the same symbols from when they translated it before.
So I guess we're just really behind.
Never go alone. That's boring.
Well, unless you do my theory.
Yeah.
Then it's pretty cool. But you know, they're talking about this never go alone thing, but this is very different than the past, 2 years with the way they've been promoting it. I mean, it's like a calendar, right? That's what I think of when I see this. I think it's like a calendar. Does it look like that to you? Like old ancient calendars?
Like a Mayan?
Yeah, right. Symbols, constellations, locations, pinpointing years, symbols attaching. I don't know.
Where it's just never go alone.
And
they're just like,
let's put some triangles and circles. Right? So, yeah, I'm behind, guys. We don't get
obviously
too depth. While everybody's sitting there and like solving it, we're trying to like script and film and edit and stuff. And then by the time we get the video up, everyone's like, "Oh, it's all this." We're like, "Oh, we don't have that time."
Yeah, it shows that Jack is a Gemini. That's funny.
Really? What is Pumpkin Lord?
Definitely a Scorpio.
You think so? Pumpkin Lord? Scorpio?
I don't know.
Who would be a Scorpio? Like Usher? No, Fear. Just Fear. Fear would just be the Scorpio.
Mysterious.
Yeah. Fear. Fear. Fear opens the door. All right. Anyways, all right. So yeah, then we got the little symbol that supposedly we all just solved now, which means never go alone. That's breaking news. Get that out there. And it's got the little glitching. And then, of course, our friend Jordan, she has a moment where she realizes she did not take the trash out. Trash people are already here. And as you guys can see, the whole theming. Nothing really crazy about this. Of course, you got the little clicker in the background. You can see the shadow of the clicker. Clicker walking. Pretty cool, right? There's the clicker here and stuff. So there's really nothing special about it. We know we're getting The Last of Us. That's what it pertains to. And that is what the announcement video has for us. That's what we currently have. And the question is, what will be the next announcement and when? Because if we go back to Horror Nights and their Twitter page, they said, don't add us until next week for an announcement.
Yeah.
So do we think we're going to get an announcement this week? Especially with the fact that we're just a few weeks away from opening night, and we just got house number 2. We still have plenty more to go.
Yeah, I hope so, because I really hope that we don't just they're like, okay, here's an announcement, and then radio silence for another month. I really hope that they just keep giving us stuff.
Yeah. What
yes,
if
'cause someone, like, people keep saying 2 this week. I don't know about 2.
if we get 2, I think it'll be one of those small little text videos or something like that, and then we'll get an announcement.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be against having 2. I would love for them to have like a scare zone with the house in there.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I would love to see some little additions like that, like we haven't gotten before. I'm just, you know what I really want this week? What I really want? I want an original house announcement.
Yeah.
Because if they give us an original house announcement, that means we're not going to get that whole overload of house announcements for originals later on. It means that they're planning to spread it out. I want that. I think Stranger Things, if Stranger Things was truly going to be at this year, it's being speculated. A lot of people are, jumping on the train for that. If Stranger Things does happen this year, I think the best time for that to be announced is the first week of July. Because that's when the last part 2 of last year's season 4, it came out in July. Like the first week, like July 4th and all that stuff. So I think that'll be about the time that we should be getting something for that. Celebrating 1 year of that being out. So.
We just got like a ton of comments. So I was like trying
to read them all?
Yeah.
It's okay. Well, there you guys go. The Last of Us coming to this year's event. We talked briefly about some logistics, and then we just really got sidetracked and started talking about San Francisco Scare Zone and all that stuff, and some other things. We also went ahead and looked at the little video, the announcement video that Horror Nights went out there and posted, showed some of the things that, obviously everyone's talking about. And like I said, we have something special. We have a theory that we will be doing a special video for all of you guys in August to see, because I think it's something that's pretty cool and might give us some answers, not for just this year, but for past and future years of Horror Nights.
It's actually a really cool theory.
It's one of those, it was like 11 o'clock, one night, a couple nights ago.
Honestly, normally, especially like while I was in prep, normally I would be like, okay. But I was like, wait, that's actually a really good idea.
There's one of those moments. I have a lot of ideas. I have a lot of this and that moments where I tell Steph. Some of them are cool. Some stuff are just like, just like, whatever. This is one of those moments late at night where I was just like it just hit me. Like, it was lightning outside and it literally hit me in the head. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what if? And Steph was like, wait a minute. Like, you might be onto something. And I was like, really? Whenever Steph says that, when Steph gets excited for something, I go, okay, we have to do this.
It's a pretty cool theory.
So stay tuned, because it'll be part of our countdown to HHN series for this August. It's going to be exciting. You guys are going to like that one. I promise you. So with that being said, coming to the conclusion of the Last of Us announcement portion that we have for today's video.
Oh my God, yes. They will probably have so many mushroom-related foods.
Ugh.
Oh, I could see them doing like a portobello burger.
Yeah, maybe. I don't want it.
I don't like mushrooms. So.
I don't care for mushrooms. All right, but ladies and gentlemen, because we have a Last of Us announcement, of course we had to go to Universal and we had to buy one of the official merchandise items for this year's event, and that is
the t-shirt.
The t-shirt, the Last of Us t-shirt. We talked about the mug, but the thing is,
probably the first white HHN t-shirt ever.
And I actually like that it's white. I like that they're changing it up. It doesn't all have to be black. It is hot outside, but that means this is probably going to get dirty very easily. But anyways, we have a giveaway to do, and that is the official Last of Us Halloween Horror Nights 2023 event shirt. Rah. So, ladies and gentlemen, they only had mugs, and they only had t-shirts. We didn't want to ship a mug, so we decided to go with the shirt. But the problem with the shirt is, got to pick a random size. So we went the size large. This is a large in the shirt. If you guys want to win it, you're more than welcome to join in and participate. If you really don't want a large shirt, don't join in. Just watch and cheer people on.
Yeah.
But we wanted to give you guys something for a giveaway, and especially when they do the announcements and they have more merchandise, we'll be doing more of these later on. Yeah,
and it's a good thing that, because we were like, well, we could like say that we're going to get a shirt, and then whoever wins, ask them what size they want, and then go get it. But they sold out of the shirts, so I'm glad we didn't do that.
Yeah, we've been seeing people saying they've been selling out and stuff, which they'll bring them back down the road. Like, so don't worry for those of you who didn't get a chance to get a shirt. They will be arriving. But
HHN, I didn't go to HHN 26. So I didn't know that they did a white shirt then.
Oh, okay. Well, it's been a while. At least for the 30s, right? First one. But anyways, I'll put that right here. That's what we're going to do the giveaway for tonight. We're going to be doing a large The Last of Us official merchandise for this year's Halloween Horror Nights 2023. Now, if you don't fit a large, you can give it as a gift. You can keep it. If it's too big for you, you can be all nice and cozy with it. If it's too small for you, yeah, sure. You can throw it at people for fun. Whatever you want to do with it, it's going to be yours. But it's only going to be one person's. The question is who. So this is how we're going to do it. To start the giveaway, we are currently at 66 likes in the live stream right now. We have over 142 people watching us. 66 likes. We get to at least 80 likes. I'll think about it. If we can get to 100, I'm immediately starting it right then and there. And then what we'll do is I'll have you guys spam in the chat like we did that one time. And when I randomly stop the chat, whoever the name that stops on, I'm going to click the name, and that name will be popped up onto the screen. And that person will be the winner. I am going to say there are a few restrictions when it comes to this. This is not at all affiliated with Universal or Halloween Horror Nights or The Last of Us or anybody like that. This is just from us in the garage to you as a gift. Hondo's idea. And you have to be a U.S. resident. Got to be a U.S. resident for this one in order to win it. So if we go through and we pick a person who's playing along with it, you're more than welcome to and stuff. But if you're not a resident of the U.S., we unfortunately cannot ship this out to you. We'll leave it at that.
Unless you want to pay for shipping.
We'll leave it at that. So, hit the like button, everybody. We're at 77. Once we get to 80, I will question it. Once we get to 100, I will definitely do it. And that's what we got. So, upcoming, we still have, right now we're at an hour and 20 minutes. And I hope you guys aren't going to bed anytime soon because we still have a decent amount of stuff to dive into when it comes to tonight's live stream. Also, I don't think we brought this up right here. USMC Two-Face with the 5. I think we missed this. The Last of Us will be at HHN 32. That's it. That's all I wanted to say. Have I mentioned how excited I am? Yes, you cried. Twice. You've cried. That's how excited you were. I really want to pull this up. I can't. I can't on here. If you guys follow us on the Discord, if you go back to as far as that Thursday, that announcement, there's a video of Two-Face literally going, whoa, or something like that. And I wanted to put it in the video, and I couldn't get the whole frame rate to work and stuff. But we can tell you, Two-Face was excited, and it got us excited. It's exciting to see when people are happy for it. First of all, finally getting word from HHN, the fact that they actually exist. But it's really exciting to see people excited for what is announced. So that meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to Steph. I know we talked about it, and seeing people in the community buzzing and stuff. As content creators of Halloween Horror Nights, that's the one thing we can ask for. It's just people excited and ready to go.
Share the Discord before someone asked how to join. Yeah,
let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and right now I'm going to share the Discord link. So what I am posting right now, this is the Discord link. Join the Discord. Our man, USMC Two-Face, he actually helps run and manage the Discord and stuff. So if you guys have any questions, he'll be glad to help you guys in the Discord and get it set up. And with official stuff, like we can start talking about it. And if you guys don't know, as I'm sharing the Discord, every live stream, after the live stream, we have an after party that we do after every single live stream. I say after every single, we started it last week. But after every single live stream, from now on, we will be hosting a Discord after party, and we're going to be going into the chat room with all of you guys, talking things, and we'll be talking like voice chat and stuff. So you guys can come on in and talk with us, or you can just join in and just listen up. We do some funny things. If you guys know from last week's after party, I think Reese's was the main topic of that chat. And let's just say it got pretty interesting. I just know I got a phone call from Reese's the next morning talking about certain sponsorships and things like that and stuff. So we got some interesting things going. Yes, Brian does love Reese's, by the way, guys. Currently at 80 likes right now. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I think we keep it going. I think we can do 90. I think there's 10 people out there.
Katie, Brian got a little off topic.
No.
That's,
I didn't get it. That was the topic. You just didn't know that was the topic. I was eventually going to get to Reese's that night. And I believe it was Katie and a couple other people like that were posting that they had Reese's and stuff like that. I know Two-Face sent a picture of Reese's the next morning and stuff. I sure enough had Reese's for breakfast, believe it or not. There was one waiting for me. And do we have more? No, we're out, aren't we?
I have one in my suitcase.
Okay, I'll save that for you then. But
I can't, I'm not having
Oh, you can't have it? Okay, so tonight Brian will be having Reese's in the after party, so if you guys don't want to miss that, check it out. But we also, Steph made a big old brookie. You know, this cookie, brownie,
So
Oreo, peanut butter, Reese's cup extravaganza for like her post show and stuff like that. That thing is delicious.
It's really good. I need you to eat it all, so.
I mean, I am gonna eat it all, but I've been trying to save it because once it's gone, I know we're not making that again for a long time because Steph will never eat that.
Curious on your street speculations. We actually don't really have too many speculations as far as like, well, maybe Brian does. I don't know.
I know we've laid low with speculations just because we want to go along for the ride. I do have a couple of speculations, but like I said, I can't tell you guys. I have to just hold on to it until August.
I don't have any speculations. I'm not a big speculation person. I'm like, whatever comes to the event, comes to the event.
Yeah, we just kind of enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
So 82 likes. Let's say if we get to 90, we'll go ahead and do the giveaway right then and there. So 8 more likes. And we'll get right on it, folks.
We did also hear that, and I think we talked about this last stream, but we heard that Vamp might be coming back. I would love that. I love like the Vamp scare zones, so that would be cool.
Yeah. Anything that's Vamp.
And I definitely think there will be a Lagoon show. As long as they were able to, I mean, yeah, they were able to fix the stuff. Because they do the Lagoon shows right now.
Yeah. I think the Lagoon show definitely. I mean, that was, it's great to have. So why not have it? I just, last year, obviously, because of the issue with the hurricane, which I got to come in. I do want to put this out there. I do apologize. We've been so behind with content and just things in life. We have so much, like, we personally just have so much going on right now. And I know I have 200 something YouTube comments that I have to get back to from the past week that I haven't gotten a chance to get onto it. So if I haven't gotten back to your comment, I do apologize. I am delayed in it, but I will be trying to get back on top of it pretty soon and catching up with all the comments. It just seems like once we do one post and get the comments, literally something big happens and then the comments happen for that. I'm like, oh no. Yeah. So I will be getting back on that. And then we have a lot of videos coming up. I'm still working on episode 2 for our Beginners of HHN series. That will be done very soon, and that should be up soon for you guys to check out. Then we also have episode 3 we're working on. We have episode 4 we're working on. We have episode 5 to film to work on, and episode 6 will be scripted pretty soon as well. Got a lot of freaking videos working on for you guys. On top of, if we get announcements, we'll have that. And then we also have a bit that we're working with HHN at home. We're doing a whole series that we're helping out with them there. And we have a video that we're going to be sending over, and you guys can check that out later this month. So a lot of things coming up, a lot of things happening. And I currently still see only 83 likes. What do you think?
You did say 80.
Yeah, we'll do it now. Why not? Yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, I think it's live stream time. I think my headphone died.
Ian said I would love another spec map. We would love another spec map. Spec maps are fun.
Honestly, it's been a while since we had a speculation map.
Yeah.
All right, I think...
Oh, the Lagoon show stopped during Mardi Gras? And they haven't started again?
Yeah, I think they could be ready by HHN. I think that's their goal, is to get it up and running for HHN. So, let's go ahead and let's do the giveaway right now.
Yeah.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, in order to do the giveaway, you gotta make sure you guys, obviously U.S. resident, can't be out of the States, gotta be within the U.S., continental U.S., right? And we're giving away a large The Last of Us official tee for this year's Halloween Horror Nights 2023. It's a large, so if it's too big for you, you're going to be swimming it. If it's perfect for you, awesome. I hope you win it. And if it's too small for you, maybe it's a gift that you can give and pass forward. Or maybe we just keep it. I don't know. Can you imagine Hondo wearing this? Walking around. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you got to do. You just have to spam the comments. That's all you got to do. Whatever you want to type, you can type it up as long as it's appropriate. And what I'm going to do is once Steph and I get to a certain point, we're going to stop the video. We're going to stop the chat. And whatever the name that we have our cursor on, that's the name we're going to click. That name will pop on the screen, and that person will win today's giveaway. So, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, spam the chat. Let the time go. And we're at currently 87 likes. Once we get to 91 likes, 91 exactly, I will stop the chat, and that's going to be what we're on. So, let the games begin. I wish I can't hear the music.
Oh, I can.
You can? See, mine dies like a lot quicker. I'm going to go ahead and loud up the music. Get pumped up, everybody. 88, here we go. I wonder if I do this and it like stops it like that on your end.
Yeah.
But I can also do this because mine kind of like lags, but whoever, like, see, I'll just keep it there.
Yeah.
Whenever the moment is, I click, and that's how we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Keep it going, ladies and
So,
gentlemen.
oh, 90.
Oh. One more like.
91.
Catherine Rezio said, stop on mine. Fine, I did. I hope you're happy, Catherine. Ladies and gentlemen, you can stop spamming the chat, by the way. If you want to keep it going, sure thing. But hey, thank you so much. Miss Catherine Rezio. Where's that comment? I can lose that comment. Holy smokes. There it is. Okay, cool. Catherine, congratulations on winning tonight's giveaway. Now, to confirm, you're in the U.S., right?
Hopefully.
Right, Catherine? Right. Best way right now to contact us for the giveaway, just go ahead and everybody, by the way, big congrats to Catherine for winning.
Said Texas.
Texas? Okay, sweet. All right, so yeah. Hey, thank you, Texas. Texas says welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Catherine. So, Catherine, congrats.
Oh no. Wait.
All right.
What was that?
I don't know. Did Texas just enter the chat? Anyways, yeah, Catherine, congratulations, by the way, for winning the official Last of Us t-shirt. So what we'll do is, if you can follow us on the Discord, or if you follow me on Instagram, Brian from Orlando, and I'll drop the Discord link one more time. Either one of those, if you reach out to me privately, then we can go ahead and get with the details for that. What are you laughing at?
Ryan said it was the Z9 holder. I was waiting for it.
Careful, kid. Be careful. Yeah, Catherine said HHN's listening again. Thank you again. Yeah, they are. They always are. I think maybe they were trying to wait to join in too, so they were like, 91, click. They're just that far behind. Sorry, HHN, you lose again. Also, does it look better like this? Do you guys like it darker?
I feel like you can't see my face.
You get that spray tan, you're just dark hair, dark shirt.
Yeah. Just like
slowly drift away into the shadows.
Yeah. Just like blend into the wall.
Right. Let's see. Did I just get it? Yep, I did. All right, perfect. Boom.
Cool.
Look at that. Catherine, thank you so
Congrats.
much. Appreciate it. Congrats. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you can actually use it. Now, well, here we are, hour 32 minutes in. Are we finished? No, we're not. I can't do the stare like you can. When Steph does the stare. The stare. Hondo, what did you do? All right. Let's go ahead and let's talk about what is coming up.
What is coming up?
Have you guys ever heard of the Pumpkin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Pumpkin Man! The one who lives in Oh my gosh, I forgot the actual place.
What are you talking about?
Where the Pumpkin Man lives. This is terrible. They're watching us right now and they're
Cromwell.
like, Cromwell, there we go, yeah. The Pumpkin Man who lives in Cromwell Street.
Because it's like the guy from what is that? From Halloween Town, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that his name? Or is that?
You're talking about Calabar.
Oh. Do they live in?
No.
Cromwell's
it's okay.
from something.
It's okay. The Cromwells. Anyways, we're talking about the Pumpkin Man. So, the Pumpkin Man. So we're going to be getting into some information about the Pumpkin Man, and then we're also going to talk about, after the Pumpkin Man, we have some things we're going to talk about for the channel and some future upcoming content. So stay tuned for that as well.
You said it is a reference to Halloween Town. I knew it.
We knew it. We knew what it said.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
their last name, right? Yeah, Marnie.
The Cromwells. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are ready, because we have something very special from the team over at Southbridge Films that we're going to show you guys right now. Also, did I lower the music down? No, I didn't. I'm so sorry. I hope it wasn't just blaring loud like... Alright, anyways.
Fred, the cast actually has to work the preview night. So it's only the team members that aren't scare actors that get to do the preview night.
Mm-hmm. Alright. What we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to get to show you guys one of the trailers for the Pumpkin Man film. Ladies and gentlemen, coming soon. I'll tell you the date later. After the intro.
After these
The trailer.
commercials.
After this presented sponsorship. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pumpkin Man. Also, I hate to interrupt. Can you guys hear that? My microphone died. Or my headphone died.
All I hear is the music.
Well, let's see. Can you guys actually hear that? Yes or no? Because if not, then we have a problem, and then I'm gonna get fired, and then we have another problem because of that.
Background music was playing over the trailer, so turn the background music.
Okay. I'll turn this off. There we go. The music's still going. It's still jamming. I could probably even bring up the volume from this. Let me see. That's about as loud as it gets. All right. Ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
I think we're ready to rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let's just start it over like it never happened. All right. The Pumpkin Man.
October wind sends chill to bone and bottles autumn leaves. So beware the Pumpkin Man this All Hallows Eve.
This house pays homage to historic Cromwell's most famous legend, the Pumpkin Man. They say he tormented the town and killed 8 people here.
The whole reason the Pumpkin Man hasn't been summoned is because no one knows the demon's name.
I mean, did you know they built Sir Henry's haunted trail on the spot where the witch killed herself?
You guys want to break some rules tonight? What kind of rules are we talking?
I knew you were going to try to turn this into one of your twisted horror fantasies. The Pumpkin Man is not real.
An animal hid the book away, hoping that the world would be safe from it. You have no idea what you have bound yourselves to.
I haven't told anyone about this, but I think the Pumpkin Man was watching me the other night.
Kerbis is a sacrificial demon. He feeds on those who have summoned him. You bind yourself to him with a contract, and that price is your life.
Woo! Coming soon. Coming very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go.
Yeah.
The Pumpkin Man. So it says coming soon, but here's the thing. We actually have official word of when. September 5th. September 5th, ladies and gentlemen. Hold up. Let me catch up here. What I'm going to do is on the screen, I want to pull our folks up. There we go. Just hang tight with me. I'm not very technological with things. All right, so here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pumpkin Man film coming September 5th. This is the official Instagram, obviously, for the Pumpkin Man film series. They have more than just the film. They have a whole bunch of shorts and things that go with the lore of the Pumpkin Man. We've gotten to be with the team at Southbridge and see the things they're working on. And obviously, they've been a huge help with tonight's live stream and putting together that beginning scene that we had for you guys. Huge shout out to the team at Southbridge, and thank you guys for helping us out there.
If you guys weren't here for the beginning part of tonight's video, make sure you go back and watch it, because
and I'm not not the countdown. It's right after the countdown intro that we usually have. So if you guys weren't there, check that out, because that was a lot of fun to film and get for you guys. But if you guys want to know more, obviously go follow him over at the Pumpkin Man on Instagram, Pumpkin Man Film. And let's pull this up here. Right here. It's time, my friends. We have our release dates being September 5th. The Pumpkin Man himself will be released for pre-orders on Blu-ray, opening September 5th. I know we're getting a copy.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you guys should get a copy. Spread the word as much as you can. These folks are fantastic. Their work is incredible. And the fact that they were able to put this film together in a span like that. It's remarkable how much time that they only had to do this film, and they were able to do such a thing. We've gotten to see the film multiple times, and I love it personally. It's one of those, like, on a rainy, spooky October evening, that's like the movie that you put on. It's great for the vibes. The music's
Very
great.
Halloween-y.
Yeah, it's like Halloween-esque, and it's got a great score to it. Everything's perfect with this movie. We love it. You guys got to check it out. We're gonna be pre-ordering a Blu-ray copy. Is it midnight? Midnight, September 5th. I want to confirm that. Are we talking midnight? Because I want to get it at midnight. Hold on, let me see. Am I doing this wrong?
Yes, also filmed at Sir Henry's Haunted Trail.
Yeah, and if you guys know Sir Henry's Haunted Trail, we've done some videos there. That's where the majority of the film took place, and the lore of the Pumpkin Man, where it was held and stuff like that, as the town of Cromwell was built over time and stuff. So check it out. Make sure you guys follow him, give him a shout out, pass it on, get the word out there. We want this movie to do well, because it is great. It's great. We enjoy it. The folks, Ryan and Janae, as you guys can see, their lovely faces in the corner. They've been a big help to us, and we got a lot of future projects coming along for you guys, so stay tuned. Also, our boy Nick out there, who's all alone.
I don't think he's on the stream tonight.
Because he's all alone. He's too old. He doesn't know how to work this. But ladies and gentlemen, check them out. Pumpkin Man film coming out September 5th for pre-orders. That's exciting. That's really cool. So we'll be buying it, and maybe we buy a couple of them. Maybe we do a couple of giveaways. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? So, ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to those folks. Now that dude ugly, couldn't make it. See, they're very nice and gentle folks and stuff. Get along very well. Now, anyways, we're coming to the end here of the live stream. Got to mention one more thing before we kind of wrap it up. we have our schedule. I did mention this briefly, but we do have episode 2 for beginners of HHN. That will be coming up very soon. The next thing that we should be getting out is the video that we're working with the HHN at home team and getting that set for them and all. That's going to probably be later on in the month. We have some big plans, big things that we're working on that we're not allowed to talk about right now, unfortunately. But if things work out, we're really excited for that to happen, and I think you guys are going to get a kick out of it. Then we have episode 3, episode 4, episode 5, episode 6 currently in the works for beginners of HHN. That's like 4 videos coming up that we still have to do. Potential announcement videos that will always be worked on. We have the after party for tonight's live stream that's going to be happening over on our Discord, so make sure you guys follow us on Discord and get prepared for that. When we do that, what happens is, as soon as we get off here, I know everybody jumps on Discord, starts talking and all that stuff, and then they probably would join the general chat, like voice call or whatever. And then at some point, Steph and I, once we get everything set up, take Hondo out, get food situated, whatever, then we'll join in and we'll talk. It's only supposed to be about 30 minutes or so, but who knows? Could go for an hour or 2. We never know. And we
as
also,
long as Brian wants to stay on there, because I fall asleep every time.
Yeah, Steph will. But then we also have our Countdown to HHN series over on Instagram in the works. We're getting ready for episode 1 for you guys pretty soon. And I hope you guys are paying attention to that website that you guys saw in the trailer, because some things might be changing very soon. Then we also have our Countdown to HHN YouTube series that's going to be happening for the month of August. We're starting the works on that pretty soon. We have some fun, interesting things that's going on for the team here. A lot of things planned out. It's to the point where I bit way more than I could chew. We're going to find a way to make this work. Deal? Mm-hmm. Boom. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate all of you guys for coming out and joining us today in this Tuesday evening live stream that we have with actual official word from Horror Nights with The Last of Us coming to the event, which is a big IP. It's super exciting. And the question is, what will be next in the future for Horror Nights tonight?
I don't know. We'll find out.
What will it be? And then also, shout out to Catherine for winning. I'll get with you pretty soon to send that out. And our past giveaway winners that we still have to get with too. And we're going to do something pretty soon. So, but I think that's going to do it for tonight's live stream. What do you think?
Yeah.
You laughing at?
Ryan said, "Tell me what kind of oil your car uses."
So, I think that's going to do it for us.
You know, Michael is a mechanic. Or not a mechanic, but he wears a mechanic outfit. So it makes sense.
My God. When we do things, they're for a purpose, and they have some very key details to us. If you guys just pay attention, all the answers are truly there right in front of your face, hiding in plain
Nobody knows
sight.
what you're talking about.
I was going with the
Yeah.
tagline.
Oh, yeah.
And then you jumped in.
That thing. Okay.
And then you ruined it. And now we have to start the live stream all over again. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, so sorry, but this is the end. Go back and watch the beginnings. We had some really cool that we did. So that's going to be it. Hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Hopefully we get something this week. Who knows? Yeah. And keep an eye out because we have a lot more content coming your way, guys. So, and the Discord after party. I'm going to be working on some visual graphics for you guys and stuff, like showing the Discord after party, maybe a little countdown timer when we're joining on, all that kind of cool
There he is,
stuff.
biting off more than he can chew.
Always. Because it's life, baby. Why not? So, with that being said, have a great night, folks. Thank you so much for joining us. And until the next video, can't wait to see you guys then. And we'll catch you guys